Good morning, guys. Automotive Inquiries here. So just got fresh information off in regards to the 22 Chevy HD with the L5P Duramax. It is being recalled for a faulty engine control module. So the email I got basically says this a voluntary emissions recall. So you do have like mandatory recalls, you have voluntary recalls. That's where the manufacturer can alert that and send that out themselves, and they usually go hand in hand with NHTSA, so the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration. They usually cover all of that, but this specifically says this is due to emissions recall for certain 22 Chevy HD trucks equipped with the 6.6 L5P Duramax. Problem is a defective ECM that can cause the engine to derate itself. But the issue is the engine control module won't actually send the fault codes to the DTC. The diagnostic trouble codes won't illuminate the malfunction indicator, letting you know that you're going to have an issue. If that occurs, then it's caused by the change in air cooler, low efficiency, exhaust gas recirculation. So thanks again, super EGRs, NOx sensors, and everything like that. The hazard basically just says that if the ECM can't function, and this makes sense, the vehicle's performance will be affected, so it's typically a derate or a shutdown. So the fix is GM mechanics will then be instructed to inspect all vehicles and upgrade the software. So again, this is where the newer trucks having the software update over air type stuff that Ford's really putting over. Some people are fans of that, some people are not fans of that, but in regards to that, if this was something that's a software update, they could have pushed this over. But GM guys, you're going to have to go down to your dealer, and it says it's going to take about 1.5 hours to do. It says it's going to take pretty much just a software update to fix it, but it sucks because if you're on the side of the road and you don't know what the heck's going on, it could be this. Vehicles affected are the 22 Silverado 35 and 2500 and the 22 35 2500. And of course, in true form, because it's a voluntary one, there's no specific numbers to relate to how many vehicles that are affected. Now, it doesn't say that you shouldn't use your vehicle or operate the vehicle. In this video, I'm going to put the link to the GM Recall Center, so you can click the link from my video at the bottom, go over there, zap your VIN in there, and see if your truck's affected. So maybe you can be on the forefront of getting this adjusted and corrected. I'm also going to provide you with the numbers for the GM recall, the exact number. So they all have a campaign number that there's going to be associated with. So your vehicle may have a lot of recalls. This one specifically. So if you put your VIN in that link and it brings up, you know, the recalls, and say you have 2 or 3 recalls. This one specifically, I'll put the link, or the recall number in it, so that way you can know, because some recalls are going to affect your performance or drivability. So some of them might be like back in, I think it was the 90s, they had I think it was GM even had the tailgate straps that held the straps up. They were defective and they were breaking. You could see how that would cause an issue. Well, that one's not really an effective one where it's going to affect your usability of the truck other than the tailgate. So that one you might be like, well, I don't have time for this crap right now, and you can make time later to do it. But nonetheless, that's going to basically show you all the recalls to your vehicle. So just wanted to get that information out to you guys. And again, I want to just stress that I'm not a fanboy necessarily of my 7.3 Godzilla. I do love the truck, and I was a big staunch Chevy guy growing up. My dad's still a GM guy, and my first truck was a 63 Chevy that I rebuilt. So I do love Chevys, and then I switched to Ram, and I love Rams, and I just love vehicles in general. So when people say, well, my Ford's got this in this issue, they're all going to have issues. We just hope that, and for the most part, most of us aren't going to be affected by that stuff, so it's not a big deal. So I don't overly sweat when they put out these recalls. It sucks, it's an inconvenience, and yes, you paid a lot of your good hard-earned dough to buy these trucks, but I mean, that's kind of the way it's gone. The progression of the emission stuff, all of this computerization, all of this safety tech, all of it's working together, and when it has a brain fart, it does cause issues, and it's going to be a pain in the butt. But that's why they try and get a head start on these, and now instead of having to go to a dealer, if they can push them over there, great. If they can't, then they are just a plug-and-play thing. It's not a tear down the engine, they don't know what's going on. They're already working on a fix, so I'm a fanboy of the Duramax, and unfortunately this is happening with it. It is what it is. But guys, please do me a favor and hit the like, hit the notification bell, and hit subscribe, because I'm going to keep bringing you content, and we do have some cool stuff coming up here within the next few hours, and we'll get that to you. But do just check the link below, and I'll get all this information to you. See you on the next one.